sense.
Hey,
You got people, you got these meth heads. Literally, you got meth heads out here telling you, don't take the COVID vaccine because it will kill you. Motherfucker, you're doing meth. Like, I'm not trusting anything you have to tell me.
Quick submission.
Okay.
Anyone can get it. Pull up with his Addy. Remember hopping out of Civics. I'm just chilling. Look, give a fuck about it.
You recording?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Hey, welcome to Shooting the Shit. Brutus, Mr. Zoe King 94. Japan Amir, aka Amir. Holla at your boys.
That's us.
You.
And we're shooting the shit. So, give you a little background on us. I am a low level TikTok influencer, I guess, creator. I don't want to be too crazy. You guys can find me at TikTok under Japan Amir. I primarily just talk about anime, and me and Franz here have been friends for quite some time, I would say. Yeah, a couple of years.
Couple years, couple decades?
About a decade at this point. Yeah, man. We go back. We go way back. Yeah, actually a decade. Yeah, because we met when we were 15. So yeah, like almost 2 decades. God dang, we old. Anyway. So shooting the shit, we're gonna talk to you about some popular stuff in social media and other medias, and just stuff going on in our lives and like what we like to do. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and don't forget to hit that subscribe and that like button and share us everywhere.
Shout out to Life of Rally.
All right, that's some merch. Okay, we got merch apparently. I didn't know we had merch already.
Yeah, shout out my big bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. Good shout out there. Okay, so I know a lot of y'all out there, and I know you too, Brutus. I know we have all heard of Fresh and Fit, and they seem to be pretty popular these days. They got a lot of crazy hot takes where they talk about, I guess I call it the gender war between like men and women. Yeah. Of course, they err on the side of primarily men. So we're gonna do a quick reaction to some stuff that Brutus found, and talk to y'all about that. Like. I will say there, I think he did hit on some points. I remember one time I was talking to my girlfriend, and she was explaining to me what pretty privilege is. And that sounds like what Byron's talking about here is pretty privilege. Jesus, that's hard to say.
Pretty privilege, aka light skin privilege,
Things like that. So essentially, from my understanding would be that you get a lot of compliments just for how you look, just by existing, just by being who you are. And you get that a lot throughout your life. And as a result, you start to just think, oh yeah, I'm the shit. I look good. I'm this, I'm that, so no matter what, at the end of the day, I always will have that. So it doesn't matter. So I don't fully disagree with what he's saying here, because that could happen to anybody though. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. But like, I agree because that happens mainly for women.
Okay.
That's the only reason I that clip, because I wasn't like go down his throat about this one, because he was actually speaking facts about this one's like if you're bombarded every day by every single dude, like and all the types from the opposite sex. Just imagine thick women, slim thick women, white, black, Asian, whatever. Just every day sliding in your DMs, just want to holler at you. Just even if they just want the dick. They just want the dick. You will grow, and you've been having that since puberty, or even since college. Whenever your growth spurts or whatever, you grow into your being, your beauty happen, and you've had that for a couple of years. That shit goes to your head, and you're just like, that, and so now you're treating. And it sucks on both ends. It's a double-edged sword. So it sucks because you don't know who really wants you for you. So, and then furthermore, most don't even develop their own personal personality. You know what I'm saying? So because it's all about beauty, it's all about the outside look. So they might look good, but they got a shitty character.
Because they don't, because they're not they're relying primarily on this
Exactly.
universal, all these guys or vice versa, all these girls are telling me I got that good, I got this, and I think like I said, I think he hit on a point there. Like, not typically I don't really agree with what a lot of Fresh and Fit have to say, but I will say that definitely does play a role in a lot of these, Instagram girls that are out here. They're just and Instagram dudes too. I've seen a lot. If you go on any Instagram dude who's out here, like muscle body, 6-pack, hard abs, if you go and look in the comments on that, you'll see a lot of girls like, oh man, I would lick the sweat off those like ab rolls or whatever. And I'm just like, dang, that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you go to girls and you see dudes saying the same exact thing. And then eventually these people, they just think that they're above everybody because of that. But like I said, that can happen in any situation. Like me playing video games. Like I've been told I'm so good at video games. I remember my first tournament, I went and I got my ass beat because like I just went there cocky. I didn't practice. I didn't know this shit. I'm like, oh yeah, I beat all my friends. I beat everybody that I played against. Why would I practice? And then bam. So I think a lot of those people get rude awakenings, and I think a lot of them peak early too. So, and then that's just it. The rest of your life, like all you've really amounted to is just how you look. So
and not to even bash social media. You take away social media, you're just going back to like the the 80s and 90s where the jocks, early 2000s, where
it is the same thing. It's like a new clique. It's like you have your Instagram model clique.
And they and their whole climax of their life is high school.
Exactly.
And then you know what I'm saying? And then now they're working in the factory because in the real world and in adult life, that shit don't matter how many girls was at you in high school, bro.
Exactly. Like your looks. Your looks don't play that big of a role when it comes to like a corporate job in the sense of I got hired because I looked good. You know what I mean? Like you need to look presentable, of course, to get the job. But
for the most part, because some women do get hired. Because I know in the Marine Corps,
of course,
some promotions happen just because she looked good.
But that's mainly
like the 10%.
Promoting them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like they got ulterior motives. So that's that's not really, to me, that's not what I would call a real life scenario. You know what I mean? Like real life scenario, chick comes to you looking for a job. She can be out here looking like, Rihanna. That doesn't mean that she's qualified for the job you're about to hire her for. You see what I'm saying? Right. So her looks don't matter in the job unless you're doing something like, and that's why they keep their stuff on social media. So they do like OnlyFans, or they do Instagram modeling, or they do, all these other YouTube or anything like that, because that is a job that is really based on how you are presenting yourself. You know what I mean? So I think in those settings it works. And I think, hey, they found something that works for them. You know what I mean? And they do that. So you can't hate on it. You know what I'm saying? But let's hit that next clip. So let's see here. 205. I'll just let this one play for the next couple seconds.
And that also kind of touches on, like I mentioned earlier, if men move properly, they're a reflection of us. So that's why I was mentioning too. Even with the attention shit, you're right. These dudes, they just even like with me. Crazy. I don't follow bitches.
Yeah, same.
I don't like bitches pictures. I'm not in bitches comment section. So kind of like with the attention shit. If you're not fucking with me, I'll shoot the shot. But if you're not fucking with me, you get none of my attention.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So if every dude moved like that, women would move accordingly. But like you say, they're getting just bombarded constantly with attention. And this is one thing too, even with the social media shit, I kind of touched on it with the Instagram.
Go deep in now.
I did one approach to it with the whole, that's how that's how you flirt with guys is through.
And that's a fantastic analogy.
And another one I like to use is you got to understand, if I got your girl Instagram, I essentially got her number.
I do agree with the sentiment. I get that, because you can message people, you can call people, you can video chat people all off of Instagram. You don't necessarily need a phone number to get in contact with somebody, right? So I get what he's saying there, but the focus isn't, oh, I can talk to your significant other. It's, I can talk to your girl. It's so heavily like female blame oriented. You know what I mean? Why she got Instagram? Oh, anybody can reach out to her on Instagram, but anybody can reach out to her if they had her number. Anybody can reach out to her if they have any type of access to anything that she's on. Like, I'm on TikTok. If I follow you back on TikTok, you now can message me at any point in time you want to. But guess whose job it is to respond? It is now my job to either respond or not respond to whatever nonsense you're saying. So it's not a better situation. It's not a better way of even looking at it. It's just kind of weird because like they also have Instagrams. You can find all these people on Instagram. So so that same argument that you're making this heavy blame on women, there's also chicks that are probably in these guys' inbox trying to hit them up all the time too.
Exactly.
So I don't know. Like I said, it's their rhetoric that I really don't like. You know what I mean? It's
for me, it's the whole controlling. Like, bro, if you have to control your girl in a relationship, that's not your girl. You know what I'm saying?
Child.
That's your child. That's your slave. She's not loyal to. You're not together. You know, you're a master. That's not a romantic relationship. That's a relationship between a slave and a master. Because in a real romantic relationship, ain't nobody had to control nobody. I'm coming in here. Hey, I'm focused on you, especially monogamous relationship. I'm focused on you. That's it. So it's gonna be, and I trust that you're focused on me, and that's it. And that's what we roll on with. If I have to control you, if I have to control what apps you have, who you contact, all that crap, I don't want. That's too much. I already got a daughter, bro. Like I already got one little, minion. I gotta, control. I gotta raise. I don't need another one. I don't need a grown ass woman. I gotta raise, bro. So if I have to do all that, why am I with you? Why? It's gonna be easier and cheaper for me to go buy whatever I want. Seriously, just go buy it.
Exactly. You know and not only that, like even besides the control, you are limiting yourself so much if you're so concerned about the potential of people messaging your significant other. For example, I remember when I first started dating Tiffany on Facebook. People were hitting her up left and right on Facebook. One dude offered to buy her pizza. I wasn't like, oh girl, why you need to delete your Facebook because you got dudes messaging you. Like, that's gonna happen.
Hey, buy that pizza, bro.
Yeah,
buy that pizza, bro.
Honestly though, I was
I'm
like,
hungry.
hey, you should tell him yes, and then I'll go and pick up the pizza. Like, that's free pizza right there.
There, exactly.
Never do it. The dude might have swept me off my feet. You don't know.
Monetize that shit, bro.
That'd be crazy, right? But yeah, no, I agree. I think I don't know what it is with this big focus on social media. That's just the new wave of the world. That's where the world is headed. We're all headed to like shit. We got the metaverse coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. The metaverse.
Like it's gonna be like Ready Player One in like the next 20 years easily. So what I don't get is why everybody is so afraid of having pictures on Instagram or having videos on TikTok or having videos on Facebook or anywhere else or YouTube or anything like that. It's really nothing to be afraid of if you're not out here doing anything wrong, you know?
And I take it as a compliment. If dudes are hitting on my shit,
yeah,
I take that as a compliment, bro. Like
that means
I'll bag
the way
that.
I look at it, that means she is if you got dudes hollering at your girl, that means your girl has a level of universal attractiveness.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's not just you who thinks she looks good. It's everybody else who thinks she looks good too. And that is a good feeling, you know?
And like you said, the only thing that matters is how is she reacting to those?
How is she reacting to it? Exactly.
Is she, you know what I'm saying? If she's blocking them, because she can't block every dude in the world. Mm-hmm. Like, if she's blocking them, ignoring them, whatever, they're just building up there. Whew. Like, what's the issue?
Keep pushing. Like, it's all good.
Pushing.
Like you said, it's about in the monogamous relationship, it's about
even in poly too, though.
And the other person 100% on both sides coming into the relationship, you know? That's what it's all about.
Even in non-monogamous relationships too, it's the same thing. It's the trust. It's the loyalty. Like if this is us, if me, you, if we're just focused on this inner circle here, anything outside of that should not be any temptation. You know what I mean? Like,
no, you're right. There shouldn't be any. Like, and if temptation is there, that's when you have the conversation, you know?
Yeah.
That, hey, I didn't expect to feel the way I'm feeling. Let's talk about this, figure out what we need to do and move forward. Or, hey, at that point, it's over, you know? Right. You know?
And most of my exes, they see a girl with a fat ass or a girl that looks pretty, they'll tell me. They'll see it before I see it. You know,
that's how it goes down most of the time.
They'll tell me, they're like, hey, babe, look, look at her, whatever. And if some of my exes that are bi, they'll be like, hey, let's try back that. You know what I'm
See?
saying? Let's
Yeah.
try back that. I'm like, shit, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, like, yeah. So let's continue this.
Get daily updates and see what she's posting every single day.
That's all you need,
So,
gang. That's all you need.
that's just another add-on as far as like why I look at a lot of social media as essentially dating apps, because I have your number. You saw Drake recently just reached out to this dude's wife. Why does he have access to your wife? Because he has essentially her public number. Instagram is like your public phone number.
Yep.
Anybody.
If you have a public account on Instagram, anybody can reach out to you at any time.
Anybody. And you know what? You know what? I caught cap on dude because earlier he said, "Oh, I don't follow girls on Instagram. I don't do that. I don't do that." But now you're saying that you can see her news. The only way you can see anybody's news feed or their updates is you follow them.
If you're following them, exactly.
Like, bro, you cat. You straight cat.
Exactly.
You teaching these young guys that's watching this show. Cat.
Exactly. And like, I don't know who the minorities are. I haven't watched them, that often or even at all, really, because I didn't even, you know what, take it back. I've never seen them. This is the first time that I've seen them. I know Fresh and Fit, but yeah, the minority. I mean, they kind of. I mean, like this is kind of like what Fresh and Fit like to do. They like to bring in a lot of people who don't have a lot of opposing opinions, and then that way, when they speak, you know what happens then. What we have here right now in this video is we have 4 dudes all saying the same thing. So now they're all validating each other because they don't have any differential opinion, you know, and to them that makes them come off as smarter than, or now we can use this as evidence to show that we aren't the only ones who think like this, so we have to be right. You see what I'm saying? But it's really just a giant echo chamber.
Facts. That's facts.
He can reach out to you. You know what I'm saying? So
we went viral, bro, with an Australian talk show. They're a bunch of clowns. They're
It's really funny that he calls them clowns. I think that's funny because I watched that whole podcast.
He was hush now.
And he just kept saying the same thing. And he was talking about how he went viral for saying that it's cheating if your girlfriend has an Instagram. But that's not really why he went viral. He went viral because he said that it's only cheating if your girlfriend, just a girlfriend. He later in that same video talking to the Australian people said, "Oh, it's perfectly fine if I get to keep my Instagram because men and women aren't the same."
And he later, and funny thing, you see, if you watch his other clips, he openly admits to cheating, to have cheated on his exes and stuff like that. So if you're so scared of your girl cheating, you're just like he said, they're a reflection of us. The girls you choose are a reflection of you, and you're just scared to get cheated on.
And that is interesting that they do. You're just scared. They did say that, you know, it's a reflection of you. They're gonna get into some stuff a little later in this video that I think that we were about to touch on. So I'm gonna keep playing it. But I just think, like I said, I just think it's really funny, like how Myron's mind works, because he went online, got made a fool of, right? Literally got kicked off the podcast just for being completely unreasonable, and now is trying to spin it like he went on there and he's this innocent party. And it's like, bro, you're not even listening to what you're really saying. Like, you know, and like, I'll say a lot of crazy shit in my day-to-day life, but if I'm recorded, like, you gotta just watch what you're saying when you're recorded. You can't just be out here saying all types of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
gotta catch up to you. And anybody
who, right here.
Exactly. Anybody who does any level of research will find that you have contradicted yourself in a lot of these messages that you're trying to put out there. And it's really sad to see, because I think he could do a lot with the platform that he has if he was actually focused on actually like educating dudes and, you know, helping them in relationships. But instead, he's just using his platform to kind of tear down these men, almost like military style. You know how they break you down in the military to then build you up? It's almost like he's doing that. Like, oh, these girls don't give a fuck about you. They're not going to care about you. They're all this, all that. Okay, hey, you're at your lowest point now, but guess what, man? I'm going to teach you how to be a man that they want. I'm going to teach you how to get all these women now. But the thing is, he's not in a relationship. he is not in a committed relationship right now. So he's teaching you how to get into a committed relationship, quote unquote, with these girls who want to be in these relationships, but he's still out here chasing girls who just want to have a good time. So
Exactly.
he's not even a man of his own words, and that's what really bothers me. From what I can tell from watching all of his videos.
He's a clown. He's straight cap. And I'll say it right there, man. Myron, you straight clown, bro.
Hey, came from this guy. It came from Brutus.
Brutus says you're a straight clown.
But they basically had issues, and I went viral on TikTok for this too. When I said having an Instagram is cheating, and I said if you have sexy pictures, provocative pictures.
You know what's really funny about that? I actually have a video on TikTok where I actually stitched one of his videos, and I didn't get too many views on it. I think I got like maybe 4,000 views on it, but like, yeah, I was just like, you sound like a clown, dude. But different video. I'll probably play that in a later episode, maybe.
Pictures of yourself on the internet, and you have a man at home, like a guy that's that you want to take you seriously. Like, this is disrespectful. And let's keep it 1,000. I know girls, I make money on Instagram. Shut the fuck up. 90+% of these hoes do not make no money on Instagram.
One, why they gotta be hoes? That's number one. Why you so mad? Number two,
who hurt you?
90%, that is a large claim. That is a huge claim to say 90% of all the Instagram models we see aren't making money on Instagram.
And where's your evidence? Where's your stats?
The only way you could prove that is if you've talked to 90% of them, which he claims he doesn't talk to people like that. He doesn't go after them like that.
He doesn't follow them,
right? So
how would you know?
How would you know? And it's not that they're, and I'll say they're probably not making money off of Instagram, but they're probably making money off of endorsements.
Yeah.
You know, they're probably getting sponsorships from small companies or even medium-sized companies.
Yeah, affiliate marketing.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I mean, I did that with Badly Drawn Monkey. I had some people, I would send them merchandise, they would take pictures with it, and they had Instagram followings. I gave them a little bit, I paid them, hey, here's this, here's that. So, I mean, you can get paid and not necessarily always be monetary. Like, you never know. Somebody might put you up in a rental for a full week for you to showcase that rental home. Somebody might send you to a 5-star, hotel where you get to go to 5-star restaurants for an entire month, showcasing somebody's products and stuff like that. You don't know what they're getting or how they're getting it because you are not them. And that if they're telling you, hey, that's how I make my money, it's probably how they make their money. Like, why would anybody lie? If you're not making money off of it, why would you lie? Like,
and there are some that lie, but you could easily figure out who the liars are. Exactly. And on top of that, I feel like when he's talking about, oh, they're not making money, of course they're not making millions of dollars or even maybe or hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they're probably making little tens of thousands here and there because the amount of views these women get just posting one pic. You know what I'm saying? Even a chick with just in a burqa would get thousands of views. You know what I'm saying? Thousands of likes. So imagine ones that posting in bikinis and stuff like that. Instagram, that money starts rolling. That money starts rolling, adds up, and they're not only posting on Instagram, they're posting on Twitter, TikTok, all these other platforms, Snapchat. Money's coming from everywhere.
Exactly. And it may have just started on Instagram, and then on top of that, like you just said, you got women in full get-ups that get thousands and hundreds of thousands of views, and then you got to really look at it. Whose fault is that? It's not the woman's fault for just taking a picture. It's all these dudes, and it's not even just dudes that be in there liking it. It be other women too. Exactly. A lot of women like to boost other women up too, just as much as they also like to tear each other down. But I mean, dudes do the same thing. We boost up certain dudes, and then we tear down other dudes.
Exactly. So like, that's gonna be a subject topic for another video.
Exactly. But yeah, that's what I just don't get. Like, I just can't get this whole it's all women, it's all men. I can't get behind it when we're talking about like dating things like that. It just doesn't.
That's dodging accountability, bro.
It's dodging accountability, exactly, which is what you want people to take. You want people to take accountability, but you can't even take accountability. So it's like, where do we go? Like, how can we make this better?
Exactly, yo.
All right, here's the next clip.
Husband, don't matter. Yeah.
Sneaky link, come through. It's a
Easy.
wrap.
One thing I want to touch on, you were like,
Yeah.
it's cheating. And I agree. I don't think you should be on social media if you got a relationship. But so many dudes, this goes back to the dudes. So many dudes allow girls to be in relationships and have it.
What does he mean by allow?
Exactly.
What do you mean?
Again, controlling. Again,
That's so
that
controlling.
controlling narrative, that controlling motive. Like, if you really want to control something so bad, go in the military, bro. Go in the military, pick up rank, and then you get to control your Marines or your young soldiers, and pretty much the confines of the UCMJ. Tell them, order them do whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they'll do it, and they'll have to do it. If you're so controlling.
I come to find that it feels a lot better when someone wants to do something for you and then they do it, as opposed to you, this is what you need to do, and then they do it. I don't get a lot of gratification out of that, but I do get extremely happy. Like, if I come home and let's say Tiffany's like bought me some, like, I don't know, anime shit, and it's just like, hey, here, I saw this at the store. I thought you might want this. It feels good to know that she paid that much attention to the things that I like and then went to go and do it, as opposed to me telling, every time I come home, you need to have some new anime shit for me. Like,
right.
But then to talk about what they're saying, though, I think it is cheating. I think the problem is these men allow women that they're in a relationship with to have, Instagram or social media, but you don't know what their relationship is set up like. You know what I'm saying? Like, my girlfriend's got Instagram. She posts pictures on her Instagram. I'm not saying she's out here posting like half naked pictures all the time or whatever she does on there.
She doesn't even have to do that. Like, she's gonna get likes either way. She's gonna get likes either way.
She's gonna get likes either way. Exactly.
It really doesn't matter.
I have my TikTok, and that's not a stipulation of me and her being in a relationship. I just don't understand, and I don't know what they mean by the fault is on these dudes. So if the dudes are the ones who are at fault, why are we still blaming the women?
Exactly. And then
that just defeats your entire argument that you have if you're just gonna blame it on dudes who are in relationships with girls who are posting pictures on Instagram.
And they're really trying to harp on if your girl got an Instagram, then basically you're not a good leader. You're not leading your household. First of all, how do you know the dynamic of their household?
You don't know what's going on in my household.
You don't know their household. How do you know the dynamic? Because it doesn't always have to be the dude that's leading. In my household, personally, I'm leading, but that's not everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, is the dude even a good leader?
I'm 100% flipped in my relationship. Not gonna lie, proud of it. I'm a SIMP.
I'm proud for you. I'm proud for you. I'm a sap. I ain't no SIMP, but I'm a sap though.
All right, man. Let's continue this.
But, yeah, go ahead.
Yes. So it's if we were to reverse it, right? If you heard girls talking about complaining, right? Dudes should take us on 5 dates.
Yeah.
We would look at them and just be like, well, you're not requiring me to take you on 5 dates. So it sounds cute, stupid, but I'm gonna do what I need to do I'm gonna just fuck. You see what I'm trying to say? So on the flip side, when I see situations like that, I blame the dude. I don't blame her. It's like, you allow your girl to do certain shit.
Yeah.
You get kind of what I'm trying to say. We control relationships. So anytime there's relationship issues, I'm looking at the dude.
Anytime there's a relationship issue, I'm looking at the dude. You could be asleep in your house, just came home working the night shift. Your girl could be out there sucking a dick, but somehow that's your fault.
That's your fault. That's
you
your
allowed
fault.
her to get out there
and suck
on a dick. Like, because men run everything. Yep.
Well, his whole metaphor, his whole little example tied into what? Like, what were you trying to say? You couldn't say nothing. You like talking about you guys know what I'm saying? No, we don't. We don't know what you're saying. We don't know what you're saying.
Knows what you're saying because it's just saying the same thing. But I don't. I'm confused. I'm thoroughly confused.
Like, are we dating robots here with programs? Here, it's your fault because you didn't program your girl to do this and that. Like, what?
Yeah. It's so crazy. It's such an archaic way of thought. And that puts a lot of stress. I'm not gonna lie. Old gender roles put a lot of stress on both parties. What if you're a woman who's not good at cooking? But
Yeah.
and now the gender role is, oh, I have to cook a full course meal for my husband every time he comes home. And you don't know how to cook? Like, that's stressful. You see what I'm saying? I gotta provide working, I'm not working a minimum wage job, but like if I was, I'm only making minimum wage. I got a girlfriend and I have this minimum wage job and we live together. I have to pay all the bills in the house.
Right.
Like, that's a lot. That is a lot of stress to put on yourself. I have to control everything and maintain my job.
And working in the US, you're not at home. The minimum amount of hours you're gonna work that day is 8 hours. You're probably working 8 to 12 hours. So you're not even at home to control what the fuck's going on. To even get involved with what the fuck's going on. So come on. Unrealistic.
It's an unrealistic expectation, especially now. Like, if we were back where we were making $15 an hour back in like the 70s, like if you were making $15 an hour now for getting 70s style pay, you would be set. You would be set. That'd be like at least 50K right now. Like, I would say at least, and you could live off of 50K, even with two people, even taking care of somebody else. If you guys don't have a lot and you're living within your means, you can definitely run a household on 50K. I've seen people do it.
Rent was what, $300 a month back then or something like that?
Exactly.
Freaking a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath was what?
And so that's the thing. 25? And it was easier back then, which is why it was easier to fall into these gender roles, because it was easier. The thing is, now they're talking about how women want, traditional men, but they don't want to be traditional women. But my thing is, we're not living in a traditional 1950s setting. We're not in that anymore. Right, you know what I mean? Like, we are in a whole different, we're in a millennia. We're you know what I mean? We're in the 2000s right now. Things don't function that same way. And because they don't function the same way, gender roles have to be re-examined. You can't just expect a woman to sit at home all day, cook and clean and be happy now when they actually have things they can go out and do. Like,
and honestly, that's more of the white man's household, because let's think about it. Let's think about it. How many of our parents grew up, both parents in the kitchen cooking? You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Both parents, everybody in the house cleaning. It wasn't just the mom.
And I grew up a little more privileged than some, I would even say. My dad was a lawyer. My dad used to be the assistant district attorney in Tallahassee. So that being said, like, I had a decent upbringing, you know what I'm saying? And my dad still came home. Hey, son, you got to do this. You got to cook. I'm going to show you how to cook something. My mom, hey, you got to cook. You got to learn how to cook. I sucked at cooking, so I hated it. But I mean, I'm better at it now. But there was always something to be done, even though they lived a pretty traditional. My dad went out. My dad was the breadwinner. My mom even kept her job. She didn't want to be a stay-at-home mom, so she went and got a job. I didn't have a nanny, so I was at school. And then my mom would pick me up from school, bring me home, and then my dad would come home after that. So I don't know what ideas that a lot of these younger men have now, that you're just supposed to be controlling women. I don't know how that gets taught, because especially in the Black community, because we have a lot of single mothers in the Black community. So I don't understand where this idea comes from that a man needs to run the household, when most of these people grew up being ran by their mom. And both of these guys, if I'm not mistaken, Myron and the other dude, aren't they African? And if I'm not mistaken, Africans value the shit out of the matriarch of the family. And who's the matriarch of your family? Your mom.
Myron is West African, but Fresh, he's Haitian American.
Okay, so
he's Haitian American.
I know also in Haiti they value the women too.
Same thing. The women are controlling the household. Yeah, the man goes out, work, blah blah blah. But who's running the household?
But the woman runs it.
She runs it. And then on top of that, we don't have a shortage of women leaders in the community, because they're not just in the household, they're running the whole community. Exactly. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? What are these guys talking about?
It's like, how messed up are you that your reality that you lived, your lived reality, is completely opposite of what you think should be going on.
Exactly.
It makes me wonder. Like, I wonder if their parents watch their videos. I really do. I'm not even saying that to make fun of them or anything like that. Like, I am genuinely asking, do their parents watch what they say online? Do their parents even know they have this?
And question, where did they get this from?
Yeah, where did they get this from? Because
where did this come from?
You know, and I can't speak for his parents. Maybe they had a separate type of living, but based on the West Africans that I know, like I've met their moms. I know their moms did not play. So, like, what do you mean by run the relationship? I don't get what they mean by that.
Leadership is fucking up.
Fucked up.
And so and then that's why I mentioned on the flip, if girls are complaining as far as sex, you have the gateway as far as who could get sex from you. So if girls were complaining about, oh, dudes don't take me on dates because you don't require them to take you on dates.
That's a good time to take a break. So I get what he's saying. I get the concept behind that. If all it takes is hey, what's up? Let's fuck, or whatever, and then you go and do that, and that's just your MO, then of course there's not going to be that many dudes that are going to try to get more. But on the same end, if you want something serious from that girl, maybe she just might want to just fuck around. Dudes want to fuck around too. Everybody goes through a fuck around stage, right? So you don't know. You could have been the dude to been like, nah, I ain't trying to do you like that. I got a lot of respect for you. I like to actually take you out, show you a good time. You need to take initiative, right? If that's what you want. If you want a relationship with somebody and not just a fuck buddy, then you need to say that.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
I mean, and same goes for the women. If they don't want to fuck around and they want an actual relationship, you just need to say that. You know?
Those mouths don't get fed.
Exactly. And you don't want to wait too long. That's how people end up in the quote unquote friend zone, which I still to this day don't believe really exists. So, but that's a topic for another day. We'll get into that.
Common mistake men make when approaching women.
You want to hear me complain like, oh, girls shouldn't be on social.
That was a very ironic commercial, by the way. Did you hear what she was saying? Okay, I don't know what's going on with my computer, but
I was about to say
hit her boyfriend. Allows her to be on social media for the most part. Even though I agree, for most girls who are on this panel, they're like, "Fuck what he's talking about." Every boyfriend I ever had, I also had Instagram. So who cares what you're saying?
Yes,
I'm winning. I get relationships and this. Even though you're like, you shouldn't, and it's cheating. He don't trip.
Yeah,
he didn't trip. You know what I'm saying?
But then they wonder why. Oh, that's my nigga. I had sex with him once, but they don't commit to them. Or why she's in a toxic relationship. Like
has the other light skinned dude spoke yet?
Nope. He hasn't talked at all. All he did is sit over there.
Does he talk at all in this entire video?
This whole 10-minute clip. I haven't seen the full clip. I don't know if there's more, but this whole 10-minute, right? No, he has not talked at all. He doesn't talk at all.
Why is he there?
Support, like you said.
I just noticed how it's like he's just sitting there,
he's just sitting there,
maybe.
I bet you.
Wait, maybe he doesn't agree with everything being said.
That's what I'm saying. I bet you he doesn't agree with everything being said, but he's just like, there's three of them. There's one of me. You know what?
I ain't gonna hold it. I ain't gonna say nothing. I got you. That's smart. That's smart to do in that situation.
Again, this goes back to the chess analogy I used before. They're not able to be 2-3 steps ahead and understand why they're not where they want to be. They think, oh, it's because he's fucking other bitches, or it's because he's an asshole, whatever.
As a military man, I'm gonna say this to you because I'm not a military man, but you are. So think about this. If we really thought 3 steps ahead, we would never get into a war, because what happens immediately after a war? Recession.
I'll be out of job.
You know what I'm saying? So to say that women don't do this, that doesn't make sense, because men don't do it either. He doesn't do it. He thinks 3 steps ahead. He just said if you thought that far ahead, you would get what you wanted. You want a meaningful relationship that you still do not have.
Right.
So where are your steps ahead?
Right.
Like where are your steps ahead? That's my problem with Fresh and Fit, is because they just spew out all this shit, and that's all it is just shit. And then some dude who sits in a dark room who's like, oh yeah, women fucking hate me, so yeah, these guys are right. Fuck all these women. I know I'm a high value man. Meanwhile, in the background, you got holes in your wall and all this types of bullshit. You ain't even touched up your house yet. You talk about you a high value man. You ain't got no money.
Holes in the
You don't
wall.
got nothing.
Holes in the wall. Diet sucks. It's trash. You piss. You piss acid. Your breath
Hygiene's
stank.
off.
Hygiene's off.
But you the high value man though, right?
Taking axe baths. Like, come on, bro.
It reminds me of when I'm gonna say R.I.P. to Kevin Samuels, but it reminds me when Kevin Samuels first started out and he was like just straight ripping apart these dudes who thought like this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it just reminds me of that because it's like he would be like, how are you gonna call yourself a high value man and you work in minimum wage? He's like, and it's not a problem that you have. And like the thing about it, Kevin Samuels, is he would say things like, it's not a problem that you're working a minimum wage job, but you got to also have the same level of expectations that you expect a woman to have for you. If you think you're a high value man, you need to have a high value man job. You need to have that type of stuff. You need to have the high value man car. You need to have the high value man house. You need to have a high value man money stored away. You need to have stocks. You need to have all of these things because that's what high value men do. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then you got Fresh and Fit, right? Kevin Samuels actually was educating people. Fresh and Fit ain't doing any educating. They're not out here telling you, hey, here's how you stack your bread up. You want to get the woman who wants to do with a lot of money, and you want to be that dude with a lot of money, you need to get this money, okay? That's what you need to do. If you don't want to attract gold diggers or stuff like that, here's what you need to do. He doesn't do that. No. He just says women don't know what they want. Women don't do this. Women don't do that.
I will say this. I guess they got other channels or other videos that they do that they promote health, fitness and getting, your credit score up and stuff like that.
I've never seen any of those videos.
I only know of them because they mention it in videos like this. But I've never watched one of those videos. I don't know. But in some of the comments, guys promote, it's like, hey, thanks, I got my credit together. Thanks for all that crap. So I see those comments coming in, so I'm like, okay, maybe it's true.
I'll do some deeper research, but literally, I guarantee they probably, if we were to dissect their filmography, I guess, for a lack of a better word, or their catalog, I could almost guarantee that you would have like maybe 60 or 70% of it being videos just like what we're watching. And then the smaller percentage would be the videos of them actually helping people, probably because those don't get as many views as videos like this.
And exactly, and that's the thing. I get it. If you want to get views, and that's how you get paid and stuff like that, I get it. You get your views. That's how you get paid. Yada yada yada. But if you're really trying to educate and really trying to out there help people, your wording, your energy here in these videos like this, where you're just bashing, all you're doing is bashing and dodging blame and trying to scapegoat, it's not gonna work, bro. It's not gonna work. Like, you're trash. You're a whole clown. You're clowning yourself. Actually, you're clowning yourself, and you're restricting yourself. You're not helping yourself at all. Your potential, a woman that could have actually, been your other half, is gonna see this and be like, nah, on to the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, nah, definitely on to the next one. Because this is what you're doing to yourself. It's like, bro, what? Come on, man.
It's wild. It's wild. It's wild.
Hurt themselves. They always point at the guy and say he's toxic to some degree. I promise you, I'm willing to bet my left fucking testicle. The reason why the guy don't want to fucking is toxic to her is because he probably did something to try to repress her sexuality. She said no, and he won't wife her up. That's why she's.
I've never I got a lot of friends, and I've had a lot of friends that have been in relationships. I have never heard of a scenario like that.
What do you mean by that? It's like, what do you mean by that?
And what do you mean suppress her sexuality? If you have to suppress,
repress, not suppress, repress. He said repress.
He said repress?
He said repress her sexuality.
Because he probably did something to try to repress her sexuality.
Yeah, you're right. He did
she
say
said
repress.
no.
Repress. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean by that? Let's play this. Let's play the clip.
Educate me, Byron.
That's why she's stuck in that fucking cycle right now where she can't get a relationship. That's what it is. 9 out of 10 times, bro. So if you repress a female's ability to attract other men or to advertise herself, she's always going to have a point of contention. Shame you for it, call you a misogynist, asshole, toxic, whatever else. But in reality, all you're doing is protecting her from herself.
Yeah. And here's another big problem.
Listen, woman, you don't know what the world's like out there. You don't know what men are really like. Shut up. Let me help you. Shut up and take this help. You don't know anything. You don't know nothing. No, Franz. Be quiet. Be quiet, Brutus. You don't know anything. I'm trying to protect you from yourself. What you laughing for? You can't laugh. I'm trying to protect you.
You know what's funny?
Gives you wrinkles called crow's feet. Don't be out here laughing.
Earlier he was giving credit. Earlier he was giving credit to those, especially women, to going through every day since puberty, since they hit their beauty, whatever, of getting hit on by guys daily, giving them credit. So you think when women get hit on like that, you think they don't learn? They don't learn who's the good guys, who's the bad guys, who really wants something like. They don't learn man's techniques. They don't learn the usual suspects. They don't. So you say women are getting hit on every day by every guy, and they don't learn shit from it?
It's giving me the vibes of when like when women say we have to watch out for all men,
Yeah.
So it's giving me the vibes of the dudes that go, oh, well, yeah, the reason that we know that the dude's creepy is because we're dudes and we understand the creepy guy. And so we just expect you to obviously know it because it's so obvious to us. So you should just know. And that's why women say it's all men, because how are they supposed to know? Exactly. Like, we know the creepy dude, and we normally, whenever I would go out, I remember when I used to go out, they used to call me, like I had some female friends I would go out with all the time. They were like, hey, we need you to be our creeper blocker. And I'm like, all right, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, because it is hard in certain scenarios to know whether or not this dude's going to do something a step further than just hit on you or be weird. And I just don't get the we're trying to protect you from yourself thing. She's not hurting herself by putting a picture of her up on the internet, and then you're like, it's her fault. It's like, it's still weird that you're putting the blame on her when it's dudes who are then coming to her page and then like, dang girl, you got a fatty. Like that's what's happening.
Exactly. You're putting the blame on her when you should be putting the blame. You talking about earlier, they're talking about how a dude's leadership, if the woman is doing this, his leadership is off. No, your discipline is off. If a woman puts in a pic and it takes you to the point where you lose your discipline, all right, she puts a pic, you can say, oh, you're beautiful. You can give her a compliment. You give a compliment, hit the like button, heart it, whatever. But then if you lose your discipline on where now you're harassing her, you're freaking stalking her, you're being that creep. That's a dude with no fucking discipline, and that's what women are talking about. They need to be watch out for. They need to watch out for, because again, motherfuckers will come in wolf's clothing all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, sheep's clothing. Wolves, a
wolf in sheep's clothing. I know what you mean.
Wolf in sheep clothing all the time. You know what I'm saying? And women don't get that much time to this is actual wolf in sheep's clothing. Nah, because the dude's already. Once she figures that out, most of the time, dude's already on top of her. Proud. They're prey. And that's a creep. If you're looking at the women like fucking prey, you're a fucking creep, bro. You're a creep.
Exactly. And that's how they look at it. I mean, and the thought process behind what you just said is very close to the idea that you should be the one controlling women. Exactly. That's very close. Exactly. That's just the opposite spectrum of it. You know what I mean? Right. And it's not hard to teeter over to that side. It's like you're here. You're saying, oh, women need to be controlled, and I'm the one who controls the women. I know how to be better to them. I know what they want. That's the same thing the creeper guy says when he's trying to hit on a girl. Like, you want this dick. What the fuck's wrong with you? I'm trying to tell you, you try to say you don't want me? You're stupid. Like, that's the same level of shit right there.
How many episodes of Criminal Minds or CSI that we see with the stalker dude obsessed with the one chick? Or freaking serial killers. They're freaking narcissists. I could treat you better. I know what's good for you. And if you're not gonna follow this, I'm gonna kill you. And that's what
good guy syndrome.
Our fear of. Exactly. They always want to be no, I'm your white knight. I'm your white knight in shining armor. I can come save you from yourself and these creepy dudes. Don't worry. Just delete all your apps and stay in this house and never leave.
Exactly. It's weird. It's weird.
Bro,
it's weird shit. It's weird shit. we're almost through with this. I'm just gonna play this next one just for the entire minute because that will cover everything you wanted to discuss on this.
Equality. All girls think, hey, if you can do it, I should be able to do it too. So the entitlement is like, okay, cool. You're a guy with options. Cool. Guess what? I'm gonna go with options as well. So guess what? If you can go have Instagram, why can't I? And that's the whole premise here. They want to be equal in that sense, but then they want a husband at the same time. I don't know. I just say that if all dudes just agreed, if all men were like, we not fucking with bitches on Instagram. Yeah. If you want a relationship, take if hypothetically, which is everybody
will
said
collapse.
that, bitches will get off Instagram. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's like,
saw how I forget, it's not the other guy, not Myron, but
Fresh. Fresh.
So you see how he tripped himself up there? He couldn't even get out his point.
He can't.
Because
he has no point.
It's almost like while he was saying it, he was like, this sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Like he was like, oh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? And then you got this guy from minorities. Now he's like, yeah, if all dudes just said, fuck Instagram hoes, there'd be no more Instagram hoes. Yeah. So now you're admitting that it's the dudes that are the problem. It's not the women posting the pictures. It's the dudes validating the women posting the pictures.
Exactly. And
but somehow, according to all four of these guys, or we'll say three because the other guy is not saying anything.
He just be naughty, right? 3.5.
According to three of these four dudes are the problem, but women are to blame.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're gonna continue.
Hey, it's women's fault. They should never gave birth. Women should never give birth to men. That's their fault. That's on them.
Equality, you go on all this shit in the world. You can't get a relationship unless this.
Yeah.
And that's why I say you attract what you tolerate. It's a reflection. It's like a mirror. You know what I'm saying?
There's only one
You gotta hold yourself to a certain standard. You can do whatever you want to do. You can shake ass, be a slut, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be my girlfriend doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to change you. I'm not trying to control you. I'm trying to, and that's why I think
I'm not trying to change you. I found you on Instagram shaking your ass, and I thought your ass looked nice, so I wanted to take you out. I took you out. I want to make you my girlfriend, but listen, you can't shake your ass no more.
He's hitting himself on his own plate. Like, bro, what?
I'm not trying to control you, but you can't be with me if you're gonna have an Instagram.
I'm not trying to control you, but whatever you do on Instagram, if you have Instagram, you're cheating. You gotta delete it if you're gonna be with me, even though that's where I find you. Even though I don't follow women on Instagram, but I have access to you. I'm gonna call you on Instagram. And what kind of mental? Like, dude, it's so
it's
mental,
like the mental
man.
gymnastics
so
they have to do in their head to ensure that they're right is a level of mental gymnastics that my brain can't do. And I have ADHD. I'm constantly doing mental gymnastics. Like every day. So I don't even know. I feel like they got a little bit more to say.
Relationship, it's a team. We're a family. We got the same last name, same jersey, same Laker, or Janelle, or same name on the back of the jersey. We're a team. Everything I say, I'm not trying to control you. I'm trying to help us. This is for us. We can't have a healthy relationship when you're inviting temptation to the house.
But there's a whole simp army that will never convert.
Right.
Or change.
It's fucked. It is.
But the same could be said for the incel army, which is who they're a part of. So you guys are unwavering. And of course, I guess me and you would be simps according to them. So since we're not agreeing with everything they're saying.
Broke simps,
We're broke simps,
simps.
So, and then they're not going to change their rhetoric either. So then no one's going to get together. And the reason is because no one's trying to bridge the gap. You know what I mean? No one's trying to sit here and be like, yeah, I can understand that perspective, but maybe we should have a woman's point of view on this and actually listen to what they're saying.
Exactly.
Because that's what happens on Fresh and Fit. Typically, they bring on these girls and they don't really listen. They don't really, they don't really listen to what is being said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's primarily just a little bit of the same stuff. It's just them talking to these, other women or these women that don't really have a personality. They're just clubbing girls. They're like the generic girl you run into at the club. That's what they're
They're
all
still
like.
trying to find themselves. They even have barely touched life yet. Outside of high school, outside of their parents' home. They
It's
just
kind of
starting
predatorial
off.
that he does that.
It is. It's very
You know,
much
there's
so.
another clip. There's another clip in the. It's the one that I stitched that I was mentioning earlier.
Yeah.
He was on. He was saying that he had brought on a girl from a sugar dating app, right? And she was like exposing the fact that he is on this sugar dating website, sugar baby dating website, right? Where you go to find a sugar baby.
Right. And he like
And
35 or something. Why
he
he looking for
is.
sugar babies?
I don't know.
That's
But
crazy
why are
about
you
him.
looking for sugar babies if you keep telling dudes not to go after sugar babies? But you're on. And then he was like, yeah, but you don't see me paying for him. You don't see me paying for him. And she's like, then why are you on the app? And then he goes, shit you not. This man says I use it for dating. But you're the same dude out here mad at women for trying to date dudes just for their money, but you're on an app looking to date women who are honestly only, and they're being real with you. They only want you for your money. What?
Bruv, mental, bruv. This man's mental.
Bruv. He mental, man.
He mental in it. I'm telling you, bro. He's mental.
He's a right nutter. Sorry to all the British people out there. My British accent is atrocious. I will apologize for that for sure.
I apologize for that atrocity I just committed.
But
I had to.
So I mean, Fresh and Fit, there's something else though. There's something else.
The insanity of these. I don't know. I don't even know what to call them. I mean, I don't want to call them men or males because I feel offended.
I feel offended. I feel you on that. Because like, because all the rhetoric that they're giving out is how do I say this? All the rhetoric that they're giving out is the same thing that they get mad at, like, the feminazis, the ones that are like, all men are evil, they all think like this, and then now you're putting out a rhetoric that they can go and then pull to justify why they say all men think like this, when that's not true. Just like they're putting out, just like the feminazis are putting out a rhetoric that men like Fresh and Fit will then take and then use this to justify what they're saying. And that's not bridging the gap. This gender war we got going on, that ain't gonna solve nothing. It's not. It's just really not.
Like, why are we even having a gender war? Like, bro, like, how do we even get this far? This shit's so stupid. I troll so much on Facebook, and then sometimes I do sit back and just like, people really believe in this shit.
Bro, you'd be surprised. Even on TikTok, I'll clearly make a video. Like, I have a video where I'm yelling at my artist, and it was talking about the fan bases of like different Dragon Ball fans, Luffy fans, One Piece fans, Naruto fans, and Bleach fans. And above, I did a title for each different persona I was emulating. It'd be like toxic Bleach fan, right? And then I would emulate the Bleach community on TikTok, and people would be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you actually think Ichigo can do X, Y, and Z." And I'm like, clearly, this is all satirical here, like, and I'm like, just bring your attention up top, sir. Like, these are the toxic ones. These are what the toxic fans do. This is not what everybody's doing. And it's just that also brings
mind blowing.
That brings me to our next topic of people not really paying attention to what the world's really giving you, as brought to us by Katt Williams and his World War III tour. So, but yeah.
I forgot to watch it again, but I still remember it. I forgot to watch it again, but I still remember it.
I mean, it's all good. I didn't watch it again. Like I said, I saw that, shroomed out of my mind. So yeah, it was pretty dope.
Sober as Amish.
all I'm saying is his chicken analogy. I'm still stuck on that to this day, because I can't get over that. Because how do we have a chicken shortage when
during the pandemic?
In the middle of a pandemic, we have a chicken shortage. Chicken wing shortage was what he said, which was true.
Literally closed. Like restaurants are literally closed. Like
out of wings. But how? We're not out of chickens. And
how
for
we out of
every
wings?
one chicken, you get four different major items. You get 2 legs and 2 wings.
How?
It would make more sense to say we're having a chicken breast shortage because you can only get one breast from a chicken.
Yep, exactly.
So that makes sense. I would 100% understand that. I'd be like, oh shit. That means all the chickens are dying and we can't use their meat for whatever reason.
And then we had an overflow of thighs, chicken thighs, and legs. How?
How?
Like, chickens coming out with no wings, double thighs.
Double thighs. They got legs for wings and legs for legs. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And that's what I love about Katt Williams. Katt Williams is always bringing attention to shit that people really just don't like. You hear it and you think it's funny, and then like he brings attention to it, and you're like, holy shit, that actually was going on. That's crazy.
And then the amount of legs, people always order drumsticks. How we out of wings? How we out of wing shortage if motherfuckers are ordering drumsticks like crazy?
Now this may sound crazy, but I am not a flat person. I prefer the drums. Little drumettes.
Drums.
I love the drums because one, they're easier to deal with. Like you dip one side in, you bite that side. You dip the other side in, you bite that side, and then you just work your way through it. With a wing,
falling off the bone.
Oh. With a wing, you gotta like break that one bone, pull that bone off, and then it's too much work. It's too much work for flats. I don't care what anybody says. Take my black card if they have to. I don't care. It is too much work to eat a flat.
Everybody knows drums over flats. Anyways.
But, drums over flats, for sure.
That's it. Drums over flats.
Unless you're a heathen.
Unless you're a Nazi or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you have any other things that he hinted on in that show that you thought were interesting?
Shit. What I thought was interesting was basically just what to believe. Because he was like, don't believe everything that's on social media, like these motherfuckers telling you. And then people are out here believing Joe Blow, but they're not believing the freaking scientists who are actually studying this shit, who are actually studying this, subject matter, who's working on the subject matter. But everybody's like, that's not true. That's a conspiracy. Let's believe the motherfucker over there, the redneck over there, or the motherfucker in his parents' basements that just like, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm gonna,
I think anybody who says that they're not a conspiracy theorist is a liar.
Yeah.
Because that means you just blindly believe everything you hear.
Everything you said. But when he said that, I'm like, that is true, because you have to do the actual research and actually look at who's telling you what. Because you got these incredible motherfuckers who have never worked in that field, are just going off Facebook University and
the crazy thing about it. Crazy thing about that, to add to what you're saying, man, like the people who are like, I did my own research, but like, didn't you flunk out of science in high school? And you didn't go to college. So where did you learn all this extra science shit that you're talking about? Where did you learn that? Because and then like, how are you doing research to justify telling people? Like, for example, like I didn't get vaccinated for the longest period of time, right? Took me a long time. Why? Because I just don't want to get anything on the first wave. I don't trust that. Like, I just don't. That's me. That is my own personal belief. I did not tell people, listen, I did my research, and let me tell you, I'm not putting that in my body, but I'm going to go do this line of cocaine real quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. You got people, you got these meth heads. Literally, you got meth heads out here telling you, don't take the COVID vaccine because it will kill you. Motherfucker, you're doing meth. Like, I'm not trusting anything you have to tell me.
Yo, nah, man, you didn't realize the meth, the I can't even
You
say this
don't
with a
get it.
straight
The
face.
meth, what it does, it makes you live
It
longer.
reinforces your nah, not your teeth. It reinforces everything but your teeth.
I'm not saying damn sure don't help your teeth. Damn sure don't help that shit at all.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still not vaccinated. You know why? Because I'm Haitian, bro. Like born and raised on the island, neck border pad.
And there's a lot
That's
of
it.
issues with that going on.
Right.
Like, because didn't
Right.
y'all's president get like assassinated?
But that's it. He got assassinated because he was trying to stop corruption.
Exactly.
That's it.
So then of course, as a Haitian male, one like yourself who was born in Haiti, or my bad, IET, and then came over, you grew up with certain customs and certain lacks of trust for doctors and things like that.
Not even that.
Just like
well, yeah, because you know how many boosters I still got my where was it? My
and then you
immigrant
were in the
stamp.
military, and
I still
Lord
got my
knows
immigrant.
what the fuck they put in you in the military. That shit's crazy. I looked at the
I'm telling
list
you.
when I was at MEPS. They were like, "Yeah, so here's the list of all the immunizations you're gonna get after this," and I'm sitting here and I'm like, "What the fuck is all of this shit?" Like, I was like, I better be Captain America after this shit.
No, that
America.
I tell everybody, hey, if you're in the military, you're already vaccinated because the amount of vaccinations we had, the amount of medicine they give us, we're in the Marine Corps, we're guinea pigs. We're
You know
guinea
what's
pigs
crazy about
for
that? A
the
lot of the
new
shit that they give
vaccination.
that from what I've read, and I could be wrong on this, but
Mm.
isn't a lot of the way, like a lot of like the medical practices and like as far as vaccinations and stuff that they give to soldiers, didn't they kind of take some stuff from Hitler on that, who was out here
They
trying to
took
build like
everything from
super
Hitler.
soldiers?
Dude, they took everything from Hitler.
That's what I'm
Like
saying. Isn't that
they
fucking
took,
scary?
they took the actual scientists. They took the actual scientists that Hitler had and were like, hey, so you're not working for Nazis no more. Now you're working for democracy. What's
You're
the
gonna work for
difference?
us
They're
now.
working on the same experiments.
And we want you to do the exact same thing, except we're not
For
gonna burn millions of Jews to do it. We're just gonna use our own people because then nobody will suspect a thing.
what is it? What it did? Because people forget the what's it called? The phyllis. I can't say it. The syphilis experiment
Syphilis?
was done on black soldiers,
Oh, that's
on
scary.
black service members,
That's really
and
scary.
exactly. And then the experiments they did on black towns, just to check. Oh, let's check. Let's see what happens. Let's see how they react. And we're not even hitting on the Native American towns that they hit
Oh
on the
God, yeah, they
reservations
hit them
there.
bad.
That's even worse because those guys are still going through worse. There's Native Americans, and there's black people, and then there's everybody else. Like that's their target list. And I'm
That's
not just
crazy.
saying this, I'm not just saying this like, oh, all white people are racist or whatever, but all white people benefit from the racism of this country and the experiments they've done on us minorities. It's plain and simple. Plain
I
and
mean,
simple.
I'm not going to say anything in opposition of that. I mean, like I said, it's like there's a level of there's a level of systemic racism that's just so built into
Strong.
our country
It's a
from
strong
its
foundation.
inception. Literally,
Exactly.
like the inception of America was we're being oppressed over in London and Britain, and we can't take it anymore, so we're gonna leave and go to the New World. So they left and went to the New World. They're like, it's gonna be better. We're gonna be free. And then they decided to do the exact same shit that the Brits were doing to them, to all the people who lived here, and then the people they brought over here. They were like, we're just gonna treat y'all like shit. Because that's all we know. So it's like nothing changed.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
basically all they
Which
did
is
was
also why I find it funny whenever like I'll be scrolling on TikTok and I'll see like a British person like talking hella shit about America, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, y'all are the reason this is happening. But like, if y'all would have been nice, nobody would have came to America. Like, are you kidding me? That's history.
Fact. If they would have been nice, if they weren't oppressing the freaking the Protestants and all that, not just Protestants, but
if you weren't oppressing the poor people in your
the
kingdom,
poor people.
If you weren't oppressing them and taxing the shit out of them, they never would have left Britain. They would have stayed there, been happy. The Native Americans would have still been trading with the Africans. Everybody would have just been happy, right? But then Boom. That's just history, but that's for a different topic. We're not gonna go too deep on that. We ain't going too deep there. I still didn't get a chance to watch that anime, bro. I'm so sorry.
Bro, the anime I'm talking about is Trapped in a Dating Sim. It just came out. It's actually really fucking decent. It's a sake mixed with kind of the love game anime type style, and it really the protagonist, he's a fucking asshole, and I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I will say from the trailers and stuff that I have seen, it does look like a good anime. I'm not gonna lie, but like I'm still coming off of all of my energetic and all my energy from watching the recent One Piece episodes because those have been amazing. Like
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Luffy's going the fuck in right now.
The last time I watched One Piece,
oh god,
it was like 2011, bro. I'm
you
not
gotta
even
keep
fucking
watching
with
it.
you,
I don't care. You're
I'm
not far enough. You're not far enough. I'm gonna tell you what the TikTok people say. You haven't watched enough episodes. You gotta watch 600 episodes before you just drop one.
When the filler episodes just became like boom, like they dropped all those filler episodes on us, I stopped. I was like, I stopped.
I'm gonna say something because I talk about I like depict and I like to like take apart animes all the time and I look at them on a deeper level, and I will say that the One Piece filler, and the reason I said filler is because a lot of the stuff that you get in those episodes that you feel are filler, Oda the writer references that stuff later in the story. Almost everything that got brought up in a offshoot filler episode gets brought up later, so it's not really filler. You see what I'm saying? Because it's still important to the story. Everything that Luffy does, every adventure that they go on in One Piece it's gonna come around because the story of One Piece isn't about Luffy. It's about Luffy, right? You follow Luffy, but it's not about just Luffy.
Just Luffy.
Right? Because otherwise it'd be called Luffy. You see what I'm saying? It's about the entire world of One Piece. So every offshoot episode you get where it doesn't really seem like they're doing anything important, that's a part of the world building. That's building the world. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I love One Piece so much, because the world building in that is immaculate. We don't have anything in, I'm saying this right now. If people who think the Lord of the Rings has great lore, fuck that shit. If you think Harry Potter has great lore, fuck that shit. I'm telling you, One Piece has some of the craziest lore out there in all forms of literature. I do not care what anybody says. I don't care how biased I sound. That is, to me, pretty fucking factual based on what I see.
Facts, because how many episodes One Piece have? Fucking
over 1,000, man.
Over 1,000, 1,500, I think.
No, you know what I'm saying? Near that. It's like 1,000 and you know what? I'm just gonna do a quick Google search real quick and look this up so that I don't lie.
Boom, boom, bing. No, because if you would have told me back then, you said 1,014.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, if you would have told me back then, oh, these filler episodes are gonna come back around, I'm like, okay, cool. But back then, I didn't know. Back then,
oh yeah, no, I get you.
You know what I'm saying? Back then, we see the new Naruto episodes coming up, and shit's just getting piling on. You know what I'm saying? Like
until Shippuden came, and then Shippuden,
and then Shippuden kind of. I stopped watching.
I'm gonna tell you, I used to watch flashbacks. I used to love watching flashbacks. I used to love watching it. And then Shippuden happened, and then the war arc happened, and I was like, why am I getting 5 episodes of Kakashi as a kid? You could have just made that a movie. Like, you could have literally made a movie for Kakashi and just released that. You didn't have to give me that. And then the excuse is, oh, well, they caught up to the manga, so we had to just throw in some fluff until the manga. Why? Why not just Kishimoto knew the story? He could have just told y'all what was going on. It's the same thing. It's the same way I feel about the Game of Thrones ending. Like,
oh no, yeah, they rushed that. Let's not even talk about that.
Listen,
let's not talk about that, man.
But guess who was there? George R.R. Martin, who, because I don't want to give away the ending to my story, didn't give them the ending. So they were like, well, the actors are tired. They don't want to do another season. So we're just going to have to finish this with what we got. And like, honestly, the ending we got out of that, considering what all went around that ending, it wasn't shitty compared to how it could have been if we would have actually had the ending and they just chose not to do it. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
So I still like I said, when it comes to that, because like for example, when I write my comics, because I write comics. So when I write my comics, I write them as if they're screenplays. I don't write them to be like a book. It's not a novel. I would love for my shit to just be animated and not even have a comic until after I have like 3 seasons of the show out. And then I would love for my comic to start coming out. I would love if it went down like that. You know what I'm saying? Because like, let's be real. I enjoy watching and seeing the animate and seeing the actual motions more so than I like just turning a page. Turn a page, I get a snapshot of what's going on, but I want to see everything else, especially when it comes down to fight scenes.
Yeah.
But that's like I said, that's my personal bias. But I think I think a really good anime that does a good job at the pacing, so that it doesn't catch too close to the manga, would definitely be Rising of the Shield Hero. I feel like that has amazing pacing. I think everything that we've got in the show, the way the show goes from one episode to the other, they give you a whole bunch in that episode that you get.
Did you watch this latest one where
I haven't watched it yet. I usually watch them on Saturdays.
Okay, I won't spoil. I won't spoil.
I've let it build up. I'm still on I think I was on episode 7 last, so I got a couple of episodes to watch.
Oh yeah, damn. Damn.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna watch it regardless.
Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to spoil.
Spoiler alerts to people who care about spoilers.
Spoiler alert! Because I'm a spoiler, and trust me.
God dang! Don't trust this man.
Big ass
don't be
one.
like, hey man, I haven't seen this episode. He's gonna tell you about it.
You got 30 minutes to watch this 2-hour episode before I spoil this shit out of it. All right, that's how.
I feel you. I didn't have time to watch this week. It's been a day. I'm sorry. Gotta tell you.
But no, I'm a reader, so I like reading first, because then my mind starts, moving. My mind starts moving. I start getting the, how each character looks and all that crap. And then I want to see it in action. Then I want to see if what I was thinking about actually match how they actually look, or what the author was trying to depict. And I like doing that. You know what I'm saying? I like doing that. That's just me. That's just me though.
I feel you. But you're also pretty objective when it comes to things like that. There's a lot of people who just aren't objective with that. So then they'll have this in their head like, oh, this is how this fight has to go down because yeah. Then they'll see the fight and they're like, oh, that was ass. That was shit.
Yeah.
It didn't go the way I wanted it to go. So now I'm mad. That writer doesn't know how to write. Fuck you for making this book and making me read that and then watch this stupid ass show. Like that happened.
Like slime.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. I still haven't really watched that. And I'm gonna be real. I don't care to watch it. Like I'm fine. I'm fine with or without it. Because
Whoa!
Listen.
You don't watch Remember? You don't watch slime?
I don't need to. I don't need to. You know how that anime has been spoiled to death. I know literally everything that happens in it, and all from TikTok. So there's no need for me to watch it now. I didn't even know it was an anime until I was on TikTok. And then everybody was like, oh, what's this anime? I'm going to go watch an episode. As soon as I go to watch an episode, the next day I'm on TikTok. Everybody's, oh, here's episode 1 breakdown. Here's the episode 2 breakdown. I was like, oh, I'll just watch these. Okay, great. I got the whole anime. I'm good now. I don't need any more.
No, see, I got the books. So the books are still ahead of the anime. So I'm light years ahead. Like we're light years ahead. Like the war happened already and they kicked ass, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then I'm waiting for the next book re-release in July. That shit's gonna be fire. But
crazy thing about
already pre-ordered. Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. That was my bad. You were still talking.
No. I was just saying, it's like that. I like doing that. I like getting the book, being ahead of the anime or the show or whatever, being ahead of everything, and then looking back, see how close are the directors gonna stick to the book? Because the true book on online, the true book online, his name's not even Rimuru. You know what I'm saying? His name's not even anything like that. It's completely different, and everything. Almost all the characters completely different, almost to an extent.
As far as names go.
Yeah, as far as name goes, and certain interactions are different.
You know what that reminds me of?
Yo.
remember the 4Kids segment of Kids WB?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what's crazy about that? For all their animes, they changed almost every single name of every anime character that they had to make them more likable to Americans.
Yes. No, they did. They did.
Except for something like,
That's
like One Piece kept the same, and they changed a lot too, right? Like Sanji, we know Sanji smokes a cigarette. In the 4Kids dub, he was always sucking on a lollipop, which I also think is interesting because that's what a lot of smokers, when they stop smoking, that's
what they do.
Suck on a lot of lollipops. I thought that was really interesting too. So I was like, hey, not too bad. But I will say, I will say, for me, when it comes to manga as opposed to anime, I want the anime to make me want to. I want the anime to make me want to read the manga, like Berserk. I fucking love Berserk. I love the shit out of that anime. It's so fucking good. It's like so dark that it's so beautiful, And that shit made me want to read the manga. So now I got a whole wish list on Amazon, and I'm gonna start buying all the collector's edition of the books because it's such a good story. I love that anime, and the anime is what I didn't even know it was a manga. I saw the anime first, right? So then once I saw that, I was like, "Holy shit! There's more."
I like reading the light novels. I like the mangas because I got some of the slime mangas, but I mainly got the light novels, like
Aren't the light
Slime,
novels written by
Overload.
other authors too?
Huh?
Aren't the light novels written by other authors as well?
Yeah.
So it's not the same author.
That's the thing too.
Like somebody else writing it.
Yeah. So the first author, the original author, is on the web page. Yeah, he's mainly on the web page and then the manga. But then the light novels be a different author who tries to stay as close as possible.
Tries to expand on what's already there.
But again, they change it. It's like I love it because you just see the transformation to where now they build it. They translate, especially first of all these are Japanese authors, so the original is all in Japanese, and that direct translation doesn't always compute.
It never hits. It never hits.
It never does. So that's why I appreciate the middle authors that do this, the light novels and everything, and how they are able to translate that and actually make the whole storyline still fit. And dope. Then you got the directors doing the anime, and it's just like, all right, of course they only have 25 minutes, 30 minutes.
Interact with each other and turn into something cool.
I really wish they would have just made Slime an hour or like Overload an hour per episode, because then it would really hit on the not just the light novels but the web novel too. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Just give us what we want. We want everything.
I feel that. Are you excited for the? They got a live action One Piece movie coming.
After Dragon Ball and Airbender.
I'm gonna be real. You want to know what the best live action anime or the best anime live action adaptation is?
Yeah.
Speed Racer.
Yeah.
Speed Racer.
Okay, I had to think about it.
I had to think
about it. Like, hold on. Yeah, but they could do it though, but they actually put time into that motherfucker.
They put time, and it's not. Speed Racer isn't so far from reality that it's like damn near impossible to do, because it's just race cars. It's just futuristic race cars. That's all it is. So that's pretty easy to do. But I would say the Gantz.
You said what?
I said the Gantz or Gantz, Gantz. That anime's live action to me is better than the anime.
Oh shit!
They got 3 movies that are live action, and then they have the 4th movie, which is the one on Netflix where they're CGI. Yeah.
I need to go watch that.
All of those fucking slap. The Parasite movie for the anime, not the other Parasite movie. That's like the other.
Not Parasite, but
Parasite with a Y.
Oh, okay.
Those movies, they had 2 movies. Those were also pretty good live actions. They were, Japanese doing it. There's also this one Japanese movie on Netflix. I forget the name of it, but I'll send it to you. But when I tell you, it's not an anime, but it feels like an anime. Like they have anime tropes in this live action thing about these high school gang members, and the whole movie, like every scene. It's what is it? Is it How High? No, High and Low. High and Low. I think that's it.
High low.
I think it's high. I think it's High and Low. Hold on one second. I'm gonna look this up real quick.
No, but that's like Japanese culture, bro. Like, and I expect that from a Japanese movie where you get the anime, you know what I'm saying, interactions or
it's High and Low
characteristics. Yeah,
you need to check those out.
Yeah,
it's such a dope movie setup. It really just feels like you're watching a live action anime. It was great. There's fighting in it. There's a good story. There's the best friendo is in there. You know what I'm saying? Like everything you need out of an anime is literally in this live action movie series. And there's like 9 different movies.
No shit. Okay.
I literally picked a day and I watched 4 of them in a day. So that was like 12 hours just about of me watching these movies. It was, Tiffany was like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, everything is wrong. Because this is amazing. You just don't know, you know? But yeah.
Oh shit. No, I gotta watch it. I'm gonna binge them. I'm probably next weekend. So
there you go. It's on Netflix, like I said. Yeah. But I think that about does it for our episode today. You know, thanks for coming with us and shooting the shit. You know, catch us next week. We'll have another episode for you. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. Make sure you share it out too. You know, give everybody the link. Blow us up, shooting the shit.
Hey, it's Mr. Zokane 954.
Japan Amir, aka Amir.